into transportation, sawmill, and agriculture.
Oh, welcome to the Insightful program.
Thanks.
First of all, what's a challenge? The disability you have?
Okay, I am physically challenged as a result of polio at the age of a year and 6 months. So I walk with a limp. I have a bad back, a bad left leg.
Okay. Wow. So how were you able to overcome the challenge? Did you go to school or you were home doing nothing?
All right. The moment you realize that you're a person living with disabilities, the next step for you is to identify an area that will enable you to live an independent life. So I, on my own part, embraced education. I love reading, and I cultivated the habit of academic hard work. And that was how I was able to break through. In the year 1995, I gained admission into the University of Lagos to read philosophy. And I read that course for 4 years, after which I went back for the master's. In the course of reading the master's degree, I got a job with Bellevue Airlines Limited, Lagos. And this job provided me enough room to grow myself in life. I was transferred out of the company to become a country manager to Guinea Conakry. That was in 2006. And from there, I went to 35 other countries. And today I can speak French as well. So education prepared me adequately for the challenges of life. And it also enabled me today to live independently without being a burden or a liability to anybody.
Wow. Before you went to higher institution, you said from somewhere. Someone watching us right now might say, you just jumped to higher institution. You're not a primary school, secondary school, where? So I want you to tell everyone how you went to primary school, secondary school, your challenge. Someone will like, no, they cannot go to school with one leg. No, it's not telling them the truth. When you start from the background, you tell them how you went to school, how you was able to go to school. They will know that, yes, there's really ability in disability, that I'm not bribed to come here.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. Usually when you are talking about employment, people will always ask for the highest qualification.
Yeah.
So I started from there. Yeah. Let's go to the grassroots. My father was a reverend gentleman. He retired as an archdeacon of the Anglican Church. And by their nature, they move from place to place. So I started out when I was 6, attending the primary school called Ikelike, Model Primary School in Ogwashuku. From there, it was transferred to Akuku-Igbo. And then, of course, I had to move with him because anywhere he goes, he takes us along. I enrolled with Abogidi Primary School as a continuation and ended up at Orogodo Primary School, Abo, where I obtained the Primary 6 School Living Certificate. Now, the secondary school started in Abo too, when I was admitted into Benoba Grammar School, Abo, and from there it was transferred to Owalero. In fact, that was one transfer that really hurt my education because for people who understand Abo very well, it's much more open than Owalero, which was a rural community at the time. But Owalero, of course, has developed too now. So I went to Owalero Secondary Commercial School before ending up in Comprehensive, where our senator in Delta North, Senator Ned Nwoko, comes from. So after that, before I now went to Unilag.
Before you went to Unilag?
Yes.
Okay, when we went to these schools, you were challenged already, isn't it?
Very much challenged.
Okay. These schools you mentioned, are they special schools?
Not at all. They are public schools.
Okay. So what do you have to tell us now that those with challenge, they can also go to public schools?
Very well.
So what is the advantage of going to public schools as in inclusive schools with challenge?
Yes, when you go to public schools, there you meet people who are able-bodied and also some who are persons with disabilities.
Okay.
It gives you the room to quickly assimilate and then coexist with other persons. You don't even at a time feel that you are a person with disability because you play with others, you know, you read with them. There is that sense of belonging that prepares you for the larger society by the time you leave school. You know, so special schools tend to limit you socially in a way because you're there with people that are, you know, handicapped like you. But when you go out there, because eventually you are going to come into the society and, you know, move along with people, both able-bodied and persons with disabilities. So I am lucky and I thank God that I did not go to a special school, that I went to public school. And that prepared me for life today.
Yes. Wow. Oh, when you enter the higher institution, why did you not throw in the toil because of challenge? Because you face a lot of challenges there, going to classes and all that. How do you overcome them?
In life, once you're focused and determined on what you want to achieve in life, then you don't throw in the towel. You don't just throw in the towel. Knowing that I'm a person with disabilities, I know that I will struggle without that education, actually prepared me to go through school and see it to an end. I remember University of Lagos, we have this flight of stairs because we had our lectures in the 4th floor. And I had to, you know, walk through the flight of stairs. I leave very early so that I can climb the staircase before getting to the lecture room. So, and again, as a scholar, as a student of history, I got to know that Theodore Roosevelt was an American president and he ruled America from the wheelchair. From the wheelchair. So that in itself was enough inspiration to continue, to be tenacious, to be very dogged. Because I know if I don't get that certificate, my going to University of Lagos eventually will just be a waste of time and energy. So I was inspired to see through that degree, went back for the master's, and then continued with the doctorate degree.
Wow. This is ability and disability. Let's go for a short break. I'll be right back. Our viewers your advantage, what you gain when you travel around the world with disability?
Thank you so much. You see, in life, whatever is worth doing at all is worth doing very well. I was able to come out with a second class upper in university, 4.2, just a bit lower than first class. And you know, employers always look at those people who have been able to perform creditably well in the higher institution. So I got this job with Bellevue Airlines because they feel that I have the intelligence to actually function in that company. Bellevue Airlines was a frontline airline carrier, a carrier in Nigeria at the time. But most times, it's not even what you read in university that you end up doing in your workplace. I read philosophy, but I was employed as a software computer person, programmer. Our job then was to load the fares of the airline, the seat configuration in the computer. So I did that very, very well. But I think the management saw my skill in interpersonal relationship, relating with customers. And that was why they made me a country manager that took me out of the country. So that in itself opened another frontier to me in order to be able to mingle with different cultures, different peoples. That was how I was able to travel to 35 countries of the world, have the ability today to speak French. So education propelled me to this height. And I grabbed my opportunity when the opportunity was presented.
And watching us, don't keep that boy or girl or child at home. This ability is in you. There is ability in that child that's at home. Bring it out. You see that God has given you what you don't have. And you go places, meet people, and show the world that God has put something in him. Like Dr. Ifeanyi. You know, when you travel around the world, they were like, this guy with this disability, look what he's doing. And you made name for yourself, even for the nation and the state you're from. Isn't it?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's it. Well, what do you have to tell our parents, the parents out there? No, they have the children at home. They don't want to bring them out. They don't just want to keep. They don't want to identify with them, only to feed them. Don't knowing that they are doing as a discount to the child at home.
Yes, they should stop seeing parents and the guardians should stop seeing children and wards under their care as liabilities. They are not. Stop hiding them. That stigma that you are afraid of, that when people come into their house, they see a deformed person and they feel somehow, is myopic, it's ignorance. By the time you send your ward or your child to school, you are empowering that child. You are making that child have the ability to have self-dignity and respect in the future. For instance, if I didn't go to school, probably I would be somewhere begging for alms. In Lagos, when I was in Lagos, I'm in Delta State in Asaba now. In Obalende, Maryland area, that is where most beggars are. There was a time I was driving my Lexus Jeep and somebody stopped me. And he said, please give me money. I opened the door and showed him my leg. I said, look, you are even better than me and you are begging money from me. You know, so that stigma that prevents parents from sending their children to school should be a thing of the past. Even those who cannot read, send them to learn one skill or the other. Skill acquisition is also the way. And to the general public, please stop seeing us as objects of pity. People that should receive handouts, maybe 200 naira, 500 naira. No. There are basically 4 things that anybody with disability requires in life. The first is that equal opportunity. Give us that level playing field with other persons who are able-bodied and see what can come out from us. It is very important. Then there is the economic power by way of empowerment, because economically one has to stand before he can be successful in life. Life in Nigeria in itself, as we know, is tough. Even for an able-bodied person, how much more a person living with one form of disability or the other? Then there is also the need for independent living. We should be able to live well. We should be able to live without depending on somebody.
Very encouraged to go to school, just there alone with your challenge.
Yes, you know, parents have tough love for their children. My father bequeathed education to all of us, his children, 8 of us. I'm the only one with a disability. But when it got to the point of admission into the university.
That you live in the house.
Yes. That parental love surfaced. He said, Joe, are you sure you will be able to cope in the university? I think you should be a stenographer. Learn shorthand and typewriting. I have a friend who does very well in that and is able to generate money. Now, at that point, I knew that my father had the fear that I would not cope in the university. So, then I have an uncle, Professor Willie Yebuniwe, who at the time was a lecturer in the University of Lagos. In fact, at the time he was HOD of Finance. So I wrote a letter to him, a very lengthy letter, explaining my willingness to go to school, and he supported me.
Okay. Wow. Now that you're able to go to school.
Yes.
Today, you have made it in life, isn't it?
I am happy. I'm happy that I've conquered my disability.
Your disability.
Exactly.
Yes. Exactly. So you are now teaching other people how to conquer their own disability.
Yes.
You were determined, you were focused. Because you knew that God has put something in you. And that you must bring it out and you're able to that today to show the world.
Thank you.
You are imparting your word to your disability. You are not a beggar. They are not teaching you how to fish at all. You are the one teaching them how to fish now.
And inspiring people, giving back to the society. And humanity as well.
Yeah, disability. So thank you for coming to this program.
Thanks for having me.
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
This is how I'm going to draw the cut for today. I've been Angela Ikure. See you Monday next.
Alpha Delta people, in less than 22 months, Governor Bororo don show say im promise not be plenty talk wey dey full basket, not be cho with im more agenda, meaningful development, opportunity for all, realistic reforms and enhanced peace and security. Progress don burst out everywhere. Im don upgrade over 500 roads, initiate over 300 new ones and build plenty bridges wey dey connect our communities.
Every day when I dey reach here, my spirit dey jump. I'm already high because this bridge never tell for worry. This sheriff talk well. Julius Berger is the high. Sheriff! Yes.
For education, over 3,000 teachers and support staff don join, and schools don dey get better shine.
I really want to say the government have done a good job providing us with these new buildings because we lack